Danganronpa.
Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer weiteren Episode Danganronpa und auf wie geht's? Who was the culprit with the saw in the empty room? Was? Okay. Was ist das hier? What went knocked the remove floorboard? Okay. What was compressing the injury? Das haben wir gerade gesehen, das Duct Tape. Weapon that killed Angie. Das muss es nicht unbedingt sein. Whose effigy was stabbed with the katana. The handle of the spinning katana hit the sliding lock. When engine body button. Okay. Die Inzidenz, da war doch der Stein, oder? What weapon did the grenade set on the iron cage? Okay. Who besides Kokichi was responsible for executing the cancels? Me, smiley face. How was the cultural able to move around with darkness during the seance? Und dann... Das muss ja dann hier sein. Okay. Cut Crosspiece on the floor. Und jetzt wollen wir... Ups, sorry. Oh, ich bin einmal zu weit. Ich meine, ich wollte es perfekt hinbekommen. An angel who unlocked the door. Kokichi. So, the random approach the cage. Hätte man das nicht in seiner Stimme gehört?
This is the truth of the case.
Ups, ihr seht vor mir nicht meine Maus. Sorry.
Let's look back at the first murder. It was late last night. The culprit was in the empty room on the 4th floor. The culprit was preparing the seance murder they had planned. To use the floorboard as a seesaw, they had to cut the crosspiece supporting it. The plan was to make the same preparations for all 3 empty rooms. This would divert suspicion away from the culprit and whoever picked a room. To cut the crosspieces, they needed a saw. I imagine they got one from the warehouse. They were planning to cut the crosspieces in all 3 rooms. However, when the culprit was working on the middle room, the unexpected happened. Angie walked into that room and saw the culprit making their preparations. She needed some fire for the ritual and had gone to the room for a candle. At that point, the culprit had not finished the setup and was just cutting crosspieces. Angie might not have concluded that it was tied to some kind of murder plan, but now that Angie had seen it, the culprit couldn't use the seesaw trick. Any other person might have just given up, but not our culprit. The culprit took the floorboard they loosened and struck the unsuspecting Angie in the head. The culprit did not want to give up on their plan and had to improvise. They wrapped duct tape around Angie's injury to stop the bleeding. Then they picked up her unconscious body and carried her to a research lab. While she was unconscious, the culprit hurried to tie up this loose end. But because they were in a hurry, they made a crucial oversight. They didn't notice the duct tape had peeled off and was under Angie's body. Without that evidence, we may never have figured out the culprit's trick. Carrying the supplies they needed, the culprit returned to the ultimate art lab. Locked the front door from inside. And took out the katana they brought from their own lab. They then stabbed Angie in the back of the neck, finally killing her. Then, to further confuse us, the culprit attempted to make a locked room mystery. First, they used rope from the warehouse and hung 4 effigies upside down. There were 2 reasons for this: to overwhelm the room with an occult atmosphere, and the other was the key to locking the room. The culprit stuck the katana into Kaede's effigy near the rear entrance. And spun the effigy around to twist up the rope. After enough turns, the culprit let go and headed for the rear door. Once released, the effigy began spinning, and the gold leaf katana with it. The handle of the katana then hit the sliding lock. A difficult trick, but remember that the lock was so loose it moved at the slightest touch. The culprit also would have had the opportunity to attempt it many times. Once complete, the door was locked, but the duct tape was left behind. Perhaps the culprit noticed it, but by that point, it was too late. The room was sealed. There was no way for them to get back inside. Then, this morning, we opened up the room and discovered Angie's body. But the culprit wasn't finished. They wanted one more murder.
Warum? Warum?
To do that, they manipulated us into performing this seance.
Warum? Er hätte gewinnen können. Er, sie, es, keine Ahnung.
Of the 3 empty rooms, the middle one was chosen for the seance. I was invited by Kokichi to take Kibo's place in the seance. Tenko volunteered to be the medium, but she never imagined it would get her killed. To perform the seance, the culprit claimed they needed something for Tenko. A small stone that Himiko had brought from the courtyard. Tenko, at the culprit's request, bowed her head until it was touching the stone. That position was instrumental in making sure the murder went as planned.
Boah, das ist so risky, ne, dann.
Next, Kokichi and I placed the iron cage over Tenko, in the middle of the magic circle. The culprit then volunteered to drape the white cloth over. We didn't realize it at the time, but that was a deliberate decision by the culprit. They needed to set up the murder weapon that was used to kill Tenko. While they were covering the cage with a cloth, they secretly placed the sickle. Finally, 4 of us placed the wooden statue on top of the cage. The culprit used the weight of the statue to keep the murder weapon in place. After the preparations were complete, we began the seance. In complete darkness, we each stood in one corner and sang the Cage Child song.
Mit gebetenen Händen.
When the song finished, the soul of the dead was supposed to enter the medium, but our culprit had another plan: to commit a murder in the darkness. Right after we started singing, the culprit began making their way toward Tenko. It would have been quite difficult to do in total darkness, but our culprit had a guide. They used the lines of the magic circle drawn with salt. The culprit felt for the salt and used it to guide them along. And when the culprit reached the center of the circle, they found the floorboard that had its crosspiece cut off the night before. Then lifted up their foot and stomped down hard on the floorboard. The floorboard lifted up like a seesaw
Ich habe auf jeden Fall ein neues Wort gelernt.
and pushed Tenko's body up toward the ceiling of the cage. Tenko was stabbed in the back of the neck by the sickle on the top of the cage. She was killed right before our eyes, and we didn't even see it. After committing the crime, the culprit followed the salt back to their corner. Finished the ritual and had us light the candles. We followed the culprit's directions and removed the equipment used for the seance. And discovered Tenko's body. And while we were all focused on the body, the culprit picked up the sickle and dropped it under the floor through the hole in the corner of the room. Ironically, the final step of the murder was unwittingly carried out by us. The culprit had planned the murder so that we would unintentionally destroy some evidence. That evidence was the magic circle that the culprit used to navigate in the dark. However, the culprit didn't know that Kibo had taken a picture. He really saved us. Without that, we wouldn't know what changes were made to the circle. But now we know for certain, and we know the culprit drew the magic circle. Korekio Shinguchi, the ultimate anthropologist. You're the culprit behind these murders.
Ich glaube immer noch nicht daran.
That's where my detective work leads us. It all fits.
Sweet Korekio. There are times when it's necessary to admit defeat. Admit? Yeah. Okay.
So you finally admit you did it.
Unfortunately. Yes. It's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. My one regret, my only regret, was not being able to make 100 friends.
100 friends?
It was my dream to make 100 friends. Oh, it's so unfortunate! I was so close to 100!
What are you talking about? I do not understand a word of this.
Who gives a fuck? Let's vote for this kooky bastard and be done with this already!
Roger that! One voting time! Coming up!
The heart racing excitement as
The heart racing excitement! As the blackened and the spotless finally face off, it's voting time!
Was passiert eigentlich, wenn ich anders vote?
Now then, it seems the voting has finished. Let's see the result.
Wen hat er denn gewotet? Sich selber.
Who'll be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Ich hoffe, die Execution ist wenigstens richtig gut. Alles perfekt, ich weiß. Gar nicht verkackt. Irgendwo, nirgendwo. Ja, natürlich alles A. Es gibt's nicht. Seriously, you are correct again. Amazing. This is the third correct verdict in a row. If you manage to get 12 correct verdicts in a row, you will proceed to the bonus round. How's this gonna last that long?
For now.
It's finally over. No, not yet. I haven't heard his answer yet. Why? Why did you kill Angie and Tenko? Yeah. You no need to kill them both, no matter what motive you have. Motive?
Hey!
Did your motive have something to do with the transfer student who was resurrected? Even if it did, though, how did that trigger a moment? Don't tell me you were actually scared of the resurrection ritual, Kaito. Shut up! I never said I was scared. The resurrection ritual had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. Because we are friends, I will tell you, I've never once believed in the ritual. I would never kill someone over a silly thing as that. So it has nothing to do with the motive? Then why?
Yes.
For the one that I
There
love.
is someone that I love.
From the bottom of the heart. Someone so dear, someone I long for.
I love her with all my heart, and she loves me with all her heart. Yes, we vowed an endless love to each other, forever bound by fate. None can come between us. We are bound by an intense love, no matter what anyone says.
What?
Bragging about your perfect love life? Fuck you. Some of us aren't that lucky. So to see this lover of yours, you had to
Don't
escape.
tell
That's
me.
why you killed Angie and Tenko, but why did you need to kill both? If you asked if I did to escape this place, my answer would be no.
Wonderful.
Because I have no need to escape this place. The one I love is inside.
Wait!
Don't look at me, I'm not his lover. Calm down, no one would want a disgusting shit-stuffed bitch like you anyway.
Swoosh!
Q, who is it? Who's the person you love? Is it really one of us? When I say inside, I do not mean inside this academy. I mean inside me.
Sister.
The one I love inside me, my dearest sister. Sister? Oni-chan. Don't look at me, I'm not his sister.
Right?
Well, duh. If you were his sister, he would have killed himself already. Your sister, but didn't you say she was your lover?
Whatever is the matter?
It's not that difficult, my sister is my lover.
I loved her so deeply, and she loved me so deeply. The fact that we were siblings meant nothing to us. They called it forbidden love, but none could stop the love we shared. Oh, how I long for my sister's warmth.
Oh, für euch glaube ich da. No physical connection.
The only time I felt at peace was when I was enveloped in my sister's warmth. For my beloved sister.
I had to.
Always messing around.
You had to escape from here, right? No, I had to kill for her.
Huh? Sister.
Was very sickly. She was always in and out of the hospital ever since she was a child. Because of that, she didn't have many friends. She always seemed so lonely. Even if I could be her little brother and her lover, I couldn't be her friend. So I thought I would find her some friends for my dearest sister.
Do you understand?
My sister's now a ghost, so a friend should be ghosts too, right?
For my beloved sister.
I have killed many to send her 100 friends. They were all wonderful people, worthy of of being sister's friends. What?
Incomprehensible.
This is too impossible to understand. Too impossible.
Sister.
Sister is very happy.
What?
Could it be that lipstick version
I
of
am
Q is?
Korekio's older sister.
Thank you for looking after my little brother.
What?
Oni-chan. Nee, das ist older brother. Ah, ist egal. What the hell?
Yes.
After I lost my beloved sister, I was so distraught I nearly went mad. But sister came to
I am
save me.
pleased.
She visited me during one of my seances and stayed inside me.
Sister.
Now I can see her whenever I want. I'm never lonely. That's wonderful, Korekiyo. Your love made the impossible possible.
Are you serious?
Are you serious? This is really a
Thank
spirit?
you.
He's just delusional. What a sad girl who can't even believe in the power of love.
Ew.
Either way, he's totally out of his mind. I mean, he killed for a dead chick. You said killed a lot already, right? So it wasn't just the two you killed here.
What was that?
Seems like he was already crazy before he got here.
Because
You didn't kill to escape from here. That wasn't your purpose from the get-go. You just wanted to slaughter a bunch, huh?
unacceptable.
Do not make me out to be some bloodthirsty, indiscriminate killer. I only kill girls who I think are worthy of being sister's friends. I see, so when we are deciding on who should be the medium. Before that, let's choose a spiritual medium. It would best work with a girl. I said it would be best with a girl. I spent my time evaluating all the girls here.
Wonderful.
And besides Maki and Mio, they were all worthy. All worthy of being sister's friends.
Why you?
Hey, how come I'm not included? I mean, not like I care. Then the second victim could have been me. Tenko died in place of me? Yes, in case you didn't noticed.
Excellent.
Himiko would have been great, but Tenko volunteering made me so happy. Her noble, earnest heart made her perfect friend for sister. She even infiltrated the student council to protect Himiko. Infiltrate? But how did you... It was obvious to me. I've studied many people. She stood up against the darkness of the school all by herself. All for her beloved friend. I was so touched by that. Wonderful. She was a perfect friend for sister. I understand why you didn't like her, Himiko. Though I was planning on having you become sister's friends too eventually.
No way.
Do all that for... Wow, did you all this just to kill for you to go that far? That's pretty impressive. You were interested in the caged child just so you could use it to kill someone, right? It interests me as an anthropologist, of course, but more than that.
My beloved sister.
I cannot deny that overflowing feeling. I just wanted to kill
Are
you.
you okay?
You look kinda pale. Don't worry about it. Let's focus on Kyo right now. Allow me to explain though. I did not plan to kill both of them. I knew I would have plenty of chances after escaping this place. But Angie walked in on me preparing, and I ended up killing her a different way. So I figured I might as well kill someone else too. After all, I would be ashamed to just waste the Sion trick I prepared. Das meine ich, das ist ein bisschen...
What is that?
You are talking like you could just because you could. No, not just because I could. I was sending another friend to sister.
Correggio.
It's such a thoughtful little brother. But it was bad to get greedy, you are right. Because of that, now I can't send 100 friends to sister. Do you understand now? Those were the circumstances of Kiriko's crime. I do not understand. This is all too impossible for me to understand.
Why?
That's... That right? Killing 2 friends for that sister?
How?
That wrong. That was so wrong. Oh, you didn't get so worked up. There's something I learned after sister's death.
Do not worry.
Death only changes a person's form. The souls live on as a ghost.
That's right.
That's right. Even though I'm a ghost now, I'm always by Korikio's side.
Sister.
I love you. Cut it out already.
What was that?
I don't understand anything you're saying. Nothing makes sense. It's not fair. Why did Angie and Tenko have to die for something so unfair?
Well,
Because death is unfair.
and another thing.
Why do you think news stations get such high ratings when they are reporting about death? Because everyone likes unfair deaths.
Maybe.
Well, if you look at it like that, this whole killing game embodies that philosophy, right? Gifted high school students forced to play a killing game? Man, if people were watching this, they would get a kick out of it.
Shut up!
Knock off the bullshit, only sick fucks would enjoy watching this.
You got me.
You sick fucks. Hell yeah, I wasn't in this killing game, I would have so much fun watching. The nature of this killing game is yet shrouded in mystery, but my role is not over. I have finished my explanation to you, friends.
Sister.
I think I should go and see her now. My beloved sister. I was unable to send her 100 friends, but at least I can see her again now.
Correggio.
It's alright, sweet Kiriko, come to me. Looks like you have already prepared. Now then, let's get started.
It's punishment time!
Nice. Punishment time?
Sister.
My beloved sister. At long last. I finally get to see you again.
That's right.
Yes, from now on, no one will try to stop us. We can be together without having to hide our love from another. Wait, I can't accept this. Like I said, there's no such thing as a death that can be
From an
accepted.
anthropological
Why do you think so many different cultures have funeral rites? Why do you think rumors of ways to resurrect the dead never cease? The living must find a reason, however, forced to accept death when it happens. How you come to terms with death also determines how you live, right?
What was that?
That was the answer I reached. How about you? How will you live a life that faces death?
Well then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For the ultimate anthropologist, Korikio
I
Shingui,
shall observe.
I will watch over you all as a ghost. As your friend, I will watch over you.
right.
I won't be just me and Korikio. All those who died will be watching. I will be watching to see how you face the death of your friends.
Humanity is
I will be watching
beautiful.
forever and ever.
It's punishment time!
Oh boy. Ich bin echt gespannt. Wird interessant bestimmt. Cultural melting pot. Kochen ist schon uff. What the fuck? What? No, more than them. Why? What the? To think my cute child would commit suicide. It's so cute. It's so freaking cute that he would kill himself because he couldn't get along. One of them committed suicide. Had I known this would happen, I would have been nicer to him. Oh, es tut mir leid, Bubana. The only reason one of them obsessed over getting along was because everyone but me bullied him.
That's right.
Yes, the other monocops drove him to suicide, but not me. Hey, who's one of them? You already forgot? That's kinda scary.
Well now.
Looks like another class trial has wrapped up without incident, so I'm gonna take back this year Necronomicon. Seems like a waste though. You guys sure you don't want to use it? You guys should have brought someone back to life and added them to your roster.
You?
How long are you going to keep this going? Ignore him. The whole resurrection ritual is obviously a lie. He's just trying to shake us mentally to get us to panic.
That's the point.
I'm assuming you will think another murder will happen if you do that, right? Who can say? What a waste. If no one you were gonna use it, you should have let me have it. Then I could have resurrected one of my dead siblings. Which one? Well, I don't know. They were all pretty terrible, actually. Wait, did one of us die? I could have sworn it's been just the two of us this whole time. It's too bad you missed your chance to raise the dead. That's what you get for doubting me.
So long. Farewell.
Richtig viele am Sprechen. Even now, he still talks about raising the dead.
Always messing
Man, this is
around.
stupid. What people believe in is up to them, but living people shouldn't have to suffer because of the dead.
Of course.
The living are more precious than the dead, no matter what. That's not something a coward like you should say. Shut up, let me alone. But there's one thing that Case taught me. I thought there was a god watching over us, but there isn't after all. Not in this academy. Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
Well, that's why we have to work together, right? Face together. Our ultimate talents are the best weapons
Don't
we have.
do his best.
Then Gonta do his best to keep everyone safe. Gonta wanna protect everyone. But your talent is entomology. I don't want Suichi to use his ultimate talent anymore. I'm getting sick of class
You're
trials.
right.
Yeah, you're right. Sehen wir uns im nächsten Trial. Hey, your talent as assassin is way more trouble. When are we gonna use that, huh?
Okay,
I will work hard until everyone trusts my ultimate talent.
that's right.
It may not be possible now, but I will put in the effort so everyone can trust me. I won't run away anymore. I want to survive and escape this place with everyone. I see. I wonder how long that will last. What if your true calling as a killer shows? Don't underestimate her. Maki's role and one of my sidekicks. I don't remember being your sidekick. Also, didn't I tell you to stop calling me Maki role? You guys are so close now. This must be the powerful bond of friendship. But I would have preferred it to happen sooner, especially not after losing 7 people. Only 9 left now. Well, what do you know? The dumbbells can do basic math. That's right. 7 pieces of shit has been flushed away, and only 9 remain. By that calculation, doesn't that make you one of the pieces? Just 9 of us. Humans are like weeds. Too numerous to count, 7 of us dead doesn't mean much in the end. That's totally the heartless robot is thinking, right? No, I'm not thinking that. Your balanced robophobia is simply inexcusable.
No.
But hey, none of us gave up, right? I know we're all gonna escape. I'm not gonna rely on God's spirits or the dead.
I believe in you.
Just you guys. I believe in you all.
Well, of
course.
You're right. Those of you who remain can start over.
Hey.
Hold up, key boy needs to apologize to everyone for the student council thing. There's only one kind of apology that I'm willing to accept.
How exciting.
Yank your have all, smash it into the ground with all your strength. Got that?
No way.
I've never heard of such an intense form of apology. It seems like everything is settled for now, even though we are missing her.
You alright?
Himiko, you okay? Anything Gonta can do to help? You can tell Gonta?
Hey.
I think we should let her have some space for now. That might be best for her.
Okay.
I remember how I felt. Gonta understand.
You're so dumb.
You're such a liar.
Huh?
Because I'm a
Personally,
liar.
I don't think lies are exactly a bad thing. Let's face it, you wouldn't have any free will if the world was compromised with just the truth. But even then, I don't think it's good to lie to yourself, you know?
Right?
What are you saying? Think about Himiko's feelings a little bit. I only said this because I thought about it.
Because...
Himiko has been lying to herself about her own feelings, so she's been holding back.
Hey!
Hey, what are you repressing? Why are you trying so hard to hold back? Expressing your feelings is perfectly natural and you shouldn't be ashamed at all. So if you feel like crying while you're talking to Angie, go ahead and cry your eyes out. You will feel better when you do. Well, I mean, laughing makes you feel better too. And venting your anger onto something can really cheer you up. Train your heart by crying, laughing, and venting your anger, Himiko. Oh, das ist actually fucking sad. Tenko, Angie, I'm so lonely. I'm so lonely with you too. But I gotta survive. I still can't go to where you are. But I'm lonely. I'm so lonely without the both of you. Himiko.
Damn it.
Damn it. Himiko cried for a long time. She cried as if she was releasing all the emotions she had bottled up inside. But before I knew, as if I lured by her doing so, we began crying. We were crying about what had been through and what was to come. Sadness, hatred, frustration, discord. Shot off my disc. Ich hab kein Discord. Anger, love, tears filled with emotion. But at the very least, they weren't tears of submission. They were tears to push us forward. After a while, Himiko finally calmed down, however.
Is she hard to carry, Gonta?
No, she fine.
She's sleeping very peacefully.
She's all tuckered out after crying. Robots sleep well after leaking their oils too, right?
I have told you many times that I do not use oil as my fuel source.
But wow, that really surprised me. She passed out as soon as she stopped crying.
Yeah, but she looks so peaceful sleeping like that.
She probably felt better after letting it all out, don't you think? Yeah, I hope so.
Then Gonta carry Himiko to her room.
Make sure you focus real good on your back, you hear me? You'll need that focus if you want to feel her little mosquito bites poking ya!
There's no way he'd do such a thing. Gonta is a gentleman after all.
While we were heading back to the dorms, I suddenly noticed Kaito had stopped in his tracks. Kaito, what's wrong? Nothing. I just wanted to get some air, night air. Don't worry about me. Go on ahead. Are you sure? Anyway, don't do something like this again, okay? If you dislike scary things, then you should have said so earlier. I thought you were You worried about me? Yeah. Worried about your stupidity. Still haven't warmed up to me, huh?
But
Maybe not, but I feel like the walls we had up are coming down a little, you know? Perhaps those walls were her enemies. It seems like she doesn't want to wait anymore. Because of me. Yeah, maybe, but you sound like you are bragging, Kaito. But like I said, I'm gonna get some air before I go back. You can go ahead. Sure, got it. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Das war's? After our goodbyes, I returned to my dorm room. I didn't notice what was going on with Kaito.
Damn it! I don't have time to be dying. I still haven't gone into space yet. Damn it. No way am I gonna die here. No way.
Oh boy. In diesem Sinne, bedanke ich mich ganz herzlich fürs Zusehen. Wünsche allen noch einen wunderschönen Tag. Schreibt mal eine lustige Krankheit. Die Kommentare, die Kaito hat. Bis zur nächsten Episode. Tschüss.